Hello there. So I love the MCU, and I have to clear this. I love Homecoming. Oh, maybe not love it, but I really like it. It has some flaws, like the villain is directly tied to Tony Stark instead of Peter Parker, and the CGI doesn't look that great, and also the lack of consequence makes it not a perfect movie, but I think it's a pretty good movie by all means. But I watched Far From Home last year, and on my first viewing, I really liked it. I mean, it does have a lot of positive aspects about it and has a lot going for it. But then it has been close to a year now, and I have had the time to reflect on this movie. And the thing we all have to agree on is opinions change over time. We could like something at one point of time, we could probably hate it or maybe like it even more after a few years or something like that. Well, I watched Far From Home recently and it does not hold up. Why? Well, let me tell you why. Peter Parker was a boring protagonist. He is a passive character. A passive character is pushed forward by the plot and doesn't push the plot himself. And a passive character is very boring as they don't make their own decisions, which pushes the story forward. Peter Parker in Spider Man Homecoming was an active protagonist. That is what I really liked about his character. He actively pushed the story forward. His actions made the story go further and also started building suspense. There are supposed to be wants and needs for a character. Usually, their want should be destructive, and what they should realize is their need. Their need is what they're supposed to understand about themselves, which helps them learn and grow as a person. This does not happen in Far From Home. Nick Fury tells Peter to defeat the monsters. Peter doesn't investigate himself. He isn't doing it on his own will. He's being told to. He's being forced to. That's boring. And Zendaya's MJ isn't much of a character. She is just a weird, quiet girl. We don't get to know her interests, her wants. We just know her as Peter's crush. I mean, come on, man. In the Raimi trilogy, MJ was a character. Why? Because we knew her wants, her needs. She wants to be loved. She wants people to realize what she needs. She wants people to understand her. Peter understood her. That is why they fell in love. Ned is also flat and dull. He is just Peter's funny friend. Now, he is funny, but there's nothing more to it. That's it. It's just a caricature. Nothing more. The more we understand the characters, the more we empathize with them. But they aren't well written. Even Peter's classmates are dull. And Aunt May, oh god, Aunt May. Aunt May should be worried as hell as she knows her nephew is going out and nearly risking his life. And she's supportive? I mean, she's not even a bit worried? Come on. She should show some amount of concern for her nephew. And Peter's character arc is to step away from the shoes of Tony Stark and become his own man. That's a great arc, in theory. So the thing is, they should have explored this even more. But it just came randomly a few times. The film should have been built around this idea. Peter doesn't grow as a person. When Happy tells Peter to be himself, that's a good scene. But then AC/DC starts to play, which is a song that played in the first Iron Man movie, which means that Peter is like Tony. But that goes away from Peter's arc. It's frustrating. Don't tell us one thing and show us another. Peter should have an arc where he lets go of Tony, as he does what he wants to do, instead of doing what Tony wanted him to do. He has to be his own man now. He shouldn't be Iron Boy Jr., he has to be Spider Man. But that isn't explored enough. He is growing. We're growing. That's why Spider Man is a great hero. He is relatable because we relate to the man part of Spider Man. I love Spider Man. We empathize with Peter because he's a regular man who goes through human problems. We can understand that, we feel that, we can relate to that. But this one should have used this as their main point, their main message, their meaning. Now, the action, the VFX, Mysterio, and the performances are quite good, but this is a critique of the movie's writing. I feel like they should have explored more of Peter Parker's character and should have focused on his arc even more than they were supposed to. It was a great arc in theory, but it wasn't well done in execution. Now, I don't hate this movie, but I don't really like it either. I feel like it's a 7 out of 10 for me, maybe. Maybe fluctuating around that. So yeah, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel and share it. And also, we hit 80 subscribers. I would like to thank each and every one of my subscribers for that. And let's hit 100. Why not? And I don't have much to say. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.